Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to do a features inspection and performance evaluation on the latest version of Cruisers Yachts 42 Cantius. Now, after 12 years of making the Cantius models, they really have it dialed in, so let's take a look and see how they've done. First thing I notice is how roomy this boat is. We can see that the aft doors to the salon open up all the way to the side, so we've got an even flow through between the entertainment zones. The cockpit here, 6 feet 8 inches by 8 feet 2 inches, and it represents the first of our entertainment zones on board. Starts with L-shaped seating from the starboard side going across the stern. Underneath the forward seat, there's storage for a life raft or a cooler. We can put pedestal tables up, turn this place into an alfresco dining area. Now notice that the storage under the seats carries back to the aft area. The rest of the transom area is populated with an electric grill, more storage, and underneath is a refrigerated drawer. The swim platform comes out 4 feet. There's a reboarding ladder over to the starboard side, and it's hydraulically actuated so that when we drop it down, notice that stairs will automatically deploy on the port side. To the starboard side is the shore power cord on a retractable cable, city water inlet, and just above, freshwater shower. Over to the port hand side, buffet serving area, beverage holders, ice maker, and storage. At the push of a button, we can bring out a retractable sunshade from the trailing edge of the hardtop. This one is from Make Fast and it comes out a full 5 feet. Let's make our way forward. The side decks to both port and starboard are the same width, but we have better access right here on the port side because of our L-shaped seating in the cockpit going all the way forward. I measure 16 inches between the window and the rail, which comes up 20 inches. At the working end of the bow, the rails come up 29 inches. For entertainment, U-shaped seating, each one comes out 66 inches. In the center, there's a pad that can be lifted, and out comes a high gloss finished solid wood table. Now notice to both sides, these can be lifted into chaise lounge positions, and I'm happy to see that it's 1, 2 different positions to each side. Padded bolsters go all the way around with integrated beverage holders. There's an additional feature that this customer did not order for this boat, and that's a Mediterranean sunshade. Underneath the hatch at the bow is the ground tackle that consists of a quick windlass leading out to a through-the-stem anchor roller. There's a cleat in the center to help take the load off of the windlass. Freshwater washdown just to the side. There's plenty of access to the road locker, and then foot control switches are right to the starboard side. Just ahead is a remote control spotlight. As we make our way inside, the doors open a full 5 feet 4 inches, and notice that they go over to the port hand side, which leaves all of the seating exposed both inside and out. One could argue maybe put it over to the other side to keep the serving area free, but it's just as easy to serve somebody beverages or snacks over to that side. So I kind of like the way the Cruisers went with this, keeping the doors over to the port side. The salon has L-shaped seating over to the starboard side. This wraps around a solid wood table on a fixed pedestal. All of this is on an elevated platform 7.5 inches off the deck. There's storage underneath all of the seats, and upholstery is ultra leather. Excellent visibility out the windows, and they're down low enough so we've got good sight lines out to the horizon from the seated position. We can watch TV on the 28-inch flat screen just across and above the galley, which is L-shaped, single basin stainless steel sink, double burner electric stove, and there is a cutoff switch. Down below, convection microwave and a refrigerator. Happy to see there's not only a GFI outlet, but another set of outlets just behind with USB A and C plugs and an HDMI plug. Overhead height 6 feet 6 inches, and I'm happy to see that the overhead is upholstered. Headed to the port side, there's a chaise lounge aft facing. I'd like to see the aft cushion be adjustable up and down a little bit. There's opening windows to both port and starboard. Just across is the helm. The helm consists of dual 12-inch screens. It's a Rockford Fosgate stereo in the center. Carbon fiber panels to both sides. The electrical switching is over to the right-hand side. Remote control for the spotlight to the left. Compass is just in line with the steering wheel, which is mounted to a tilt base. VHF over to the left, and the ignitions are over to the right. A sub panel to the starboard side has the digital engine controls, trim tabs, IPS joystick, and I'm very happy to see that the remote control for the forward displays is well aft, so it can be reached conveniently enough from the seated position. I already mentioned the opening side window, but because it's here, I'd like to see that midship cleat moved back so that I can put a line on it from the helm. The helm seat is double wide at 34 inches, includes flip armrests and a single flip bolster. As for the wood tones, this is ebony. We can also go with mocha, either one in a matte or high gloss finish. Visibility is through a single piece windshield that measures 9 feet 4 inches by 3 feet 11 inches. There's an opening sunroof, and when you combine that with the two opening side windows and the aft door, it really blurs the line between the inside and the outside. Moving down below, 3 steps with risers, 10 inches each. To the port side, big storage cabinet. Let's start by looking at the master fully forward. Well, this consists of a typical layout of an island berth. Hull side windows to both sides. There are hanging lockers to both sides. Headroom comes in at 6 feet 4 inches, which leaves 3 feet 6 inches over the berth. Additional storage is under the berth. Additional light comes in from an overhead hatch. I like the way the woodwork from above continues all the way around here with an ultra leather headboard. 28-inch TV to the forward bulkhead. And then we have access to the private head just to port. Well, this includes Corian counters. There's a mirrored storage cabinet above a vessel sink, more storage below the sink, electric flush toilet, an opening port light, and a separate walk-in shower. Also happy to see that there are air conditioning vents inside the head, as well as a vent fan. Coming out this next door is a day head, fully featured, including a walk-in shower, hull side window with opening port light. This next stateroom, I'm torn between calling it the VIP or the master. Cruisers Yachts tells me that their customers are about 50-50 between using this as the master or the forward cabin as the master. Why don't you decide when you take a look? This stateroom starts with an 82-inch sofa located to the starboard side. There's a little storage shelf behind, hull side window just above, 28-inch TV just over my head. Now the berth, that's located athwartships in a very comfortable position, I think. 5 feet of headroom here gives us 3 feet over the berth. There's another hull side window to the opposite side. Reading lights, plenty of connectivity, and also a nightstand. Back at the entrance, vessel's main electrical panels, 240, 120 to one side, 12 volt to the other. We even have control for the generator here. The engine compartment is accessed from a hatch right on the cockpit deck. Let's take a look at that. There's not quite standing headroom inside this compartment at 4 feet 4 inches. Minimum space between the two is right at the fuel filters in the center, which gives us 2 feet 1 inch between them. The main attraction, the twin 380 horsepower IPS 500 D6 VOLVO PENTA diesel engines. They're directly connected to the pods right behind. Fuel tanks are to the outsides. Just ahead of the starboard fuel tank is the hot water heater. All the batteries are conveniently located just forward of that, and the battery switches above that. Just to the left of that, the 14 kW generator. Working our way over to the port side, we've got the second fuel tank, and then behind that are the hydraulics for the swim platform. The Cruisers Yachts Cantius 42 has a length overall of 43 feet 2 inches, a beam of 13 feet 8 inches, and a draft of 40 inches. With an empty weight of 28,469 pounds, 36% fuel and 2 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 29,537 pounds. With the twin 370 horsepower Volvo Penta IPS 500s turning 22 pitch propellers and spooled up to 3620 RPM, we reached our top speed of 29.5 knots. Best economic cruise came in slightly lower than that. At 3,400 RPM, we were running at 26.7 knots with a fuel burn of 33.5 gallons per hour. That translated into 0.8 nautical miles per gallon in a range of 214.8 nautical miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 300-gallon total fuel capacity. We reached planing speed in 6.7 seconds and accelerated to 20 miles per hour in 9.4. She's a stable and well-mannered boat, and cruising is largely a hands-off affair. She turns with the characteristics of an IPS cruiser in that nothing happens fast thanks to the turning limits of the pods at speed. Bring the speed down and the turns can tighten up. We tested on a flat calm day, so the only comments we can make about waves are from the camera boat's wake, and they showed a smooth transition with no hull slap and a dry ride. Most of that dry ride had to do with the 6-foot 4-inch freeboard aft and 6-foot 9-inch forward. Of course, where she really shines is at the dock, where her maneuverability in close confines can be best put to use. She responds well to the steering and is able to make tight turns quite well. Then she tracks solidly against a crosswind. When it comes time to actually dock the Cantius 42, a touch of a button activates the joystick and we transition to docking mode. And then we can bring her in with exacting detail. There's a great view and comfort level at that side window, and it keeps the pace relaxed and dialed in. For me, the Cantius line is one that continues to impress, and this 42 carries on that tradition. She has an excellent comfort level and great handling characteristics, and that's my full features inspection and performance evaluation of the 42 Cantius from Cruisers Yachts. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.